Parker. Like we crunched the numbers. I think you're good for Paris. How's that feel?
Awesome. Very, very rewarding after what happened in the 5K.
How stressful, I guess, like has the last couple of days been, especially just knowing you had to run this one a little bit fast.
Yeah. My coach did the numbers. It didn't actually have to be like that fast, but yeah, I was very thankful that the Brooks girl, I think, took it, and yeah, it was a lot easier to sit and then kick, and been working on my lead.
When you sat down with Coach Palmer, I guess, like, what was the race plan that you guys advised? Because most people probably thought you would take it right from the front.
Yeah, the plan was not to race from the front because it does take a lot out of you, and the plan was just to sit until he told me to go, because he's very good at like reading races, and I'm not really, so I just looked at him every lap, and when he said to go, I went, and it worked.
So this week as a whole, like, how do you feel like you've adjusted to pro racing? Like, is it much different than?
Yeah, it was definitely, I would say I was a lot more nervous for, obviously, like the 5K, the first two races. So I'm kind of, like, in hindsight, I'm very grateful for that, and I'm grateful that I got 4th place and had to, it took a lot emotionally and not much physically, but it took a lot emotionally out of me, and I had to regroup and refocus myself, and I'm glad that I did this. I wasn't going to do it at first, but I'm glad I did.
What changed your mind about doing it?
Just, I wanted to prove, like, I was like, I didn't come this far just to come this far, and I didn't want to leave on a 4th place note, and I knew my strength was probably the 10K.
What was your mindset going into the race?
My mindset going into this race?
Yeah.
I was a lot more calm. I was super, super nervous for the 5K, and I think that got the best of me. Like, if you took my heart rate before that race, it was probably in like the 500s. But before this race, I was just having fun with it and like focusing on my teammates during the race, and just, yeah, I had fun with it.
When did you decide you were going to do the 10K then? You were debating it. When did you officially decide you were going to go after it?
Probably today officially.
Yeah?
Yeah. I took a few days off and regrouped myself.
When you sat down with your coach to talk about the situation with the rankings, like, was there a time you guys landed on that would make you safe if you ran it tonight?
They definitely know the time, but they weren't going to tell me the time because they knew that I would focus way too much on the time. So they just told me to run my best, well, just run the race, and it would work out. So I think enough girls in there. There was only one girl. Wayne was the only one with the time, so enough girls had to run fast enough.
Yeah, and you just trusted that essentially Will and Sam would tell you if you needed to pick up the pace later in the race.
Yeah.
How do you feel like your kick's been?
Do I feel like what?
How do you feel like your kick has been?
I mean, I feel like that one worked. It didn't really work in the 5K, but I mean, I don't really know what I closed in. Again, they didn't have the splits on the board today. They had the miles per hour. I'm like, I don't know what that means.
67.
67 was our last lap?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's good.
What do you think changed between the 5K where Carissa was able to counter you tonight where you're able to beat us?
I just, like, that was, maybe I'm a distance runner, but that just felt a lot more easier for me. It also, like, you don't realize it, but it does take a lot to lead a race, and it took a lot out of me, like, emotionally too.
Can you talk about what does it mean for you to be able to go over to Paris to represent the United States?
Very surreal, honestly. Still taking it all in. This is a dream come true. I never thought I'd be here, so I'm super grateful to be here.
How tough were the conditions out there in terms of heat?
I think it was beautiful. I mean, I'm from Florida, so that was lovely weather for me.
Parker, you probably ran more laps this season.
Oh, you're a TikTok. I follow you on TikTok.
Nice to see you in person.
Nice to meet you too.
You probably ran more laps this season than anybody else in that race. Did that take a major toll on your legs, or were you just kind of numb to that fact, not thinking about it?
I don't think it took a toll on my legs at all. I didn't run 100% in most of my races, so it was like, most of them were like a workout. So no, it didn't really take much out of me.
A lot of talk about transitioning for sponsorship. Are anything in the works there? Have you secured a sponsorship at this point?
There's things in the works, yes, but you're gonna have to wait and see.
I guess putting yourself
in Paris? Ooh, probably the coffee and the food. And I've just never been to Europe, so just going to Europe. Maybe hit up Switzerland, that's like my dream because there's so many cows there.
Putting yourself in this trials experience, 5K, 10K, what kind of told you that you were among the best women in the world, you know, at 10K? I'm sorry, American women in the 10K and the 5K. What made you believe that?
I don't know if I necessarily say I believed that. I just say I trusted my coach that he believed in me and told me that I could do it. So yeah.
It hasn't changed after this performance, or?
Not yet. It still hasn't really sunk in.
You've had a lot of races this season, double NCAAs, is there a sense of
I know, and then this meet I ran 2 10Ks. Well, the first one was split up, but...
Yeah. But is there a relief that it's finally over at this point? What are the feelings, like, with the emotion?
I guess, yeah, but like, I love racing, I love running, and so it excites me, so yeah. I mean, I guess it's a little bit of a relief, but I'm looking forward to more races. Thank you.